The words weren't loud, but they sliced through the air at Argento, Manhattan's temple of modern French steak, with all the sharpness of a truth no one had dared voice in years. The hum of wealth, usually a soft music under chandeliers, fell dead. Forks paused midair, eyes flicked up from truffle fries and bone-in ribeyes. Every head turned toward the server who just said the unthinkable to Ava Lancaster, a billionaire CEO, queen of real estate tech, the kind of woman who could have your whole world upended before dessert. Miles Carter didn't look like a rebel-pressed apron, immaculate shirt, a bottle of Burgundy for table 8 in one hand, but that night, he stood with the posture of someone who'd finally decided to stop letting the world pass through him. Not aggressive, not defiant, just done. What triggered it? Not a grand injustice, just a kid Ben, maybe 20, who'd tripped over the name of a dish. Ava had turned her gaze on him, voice cold enough to frost glass. "Excuse me. If you can't speak with precision, why are you speaking at all?" The kid's face had drained of color, his apology stammered and lost. He fled. Power, used like a hammer. Miles had seen it before, dozens of times. Tonight, something broke. He stepped forward. You asked for respect without offering any in return. The dining room froze. A napkin dropped. A pianist in the corner missed a note. Even the air seemed to hold its breath. Ava leaned back, cool, assessing. "Is this bravery then?" she asked. "Getting your 15 seconds of fame?" "Real bravery," Miles answered, "is how long you hold silence before someone else says enough." Her eyes narrowed. "Bring me the Wagyu, medium rare." A new server. But Miles didn't move. "I'm not refusing to serve you," he said. "I'm refusing to serve your anger." From a back, a phone camera flickered to life. It was happening, a kind of moment that would become a meme before midnight. "What's your name?" Ava asked. "I'll make sure you're not here tomorrow." Miles nodded, quiet. "You do what you need to." "I already did." He turned, the staff parting for him like a tide, and disappeared into the kitchen, heart pounding, not from fear, but relief. Marcy, the owner, met him inside, arms crossed, jaw set. "That's Ava Lancaster, you know. Her dog has more followers than most celebrities." Miles just shook his head. "I didn't sign up to be your punching bag." Marcy was torn, manager instinct screaming, old server's heart remembering. "You picked a battle with someone who never loses." Miles met her gaze. "I'm raising a daughter. I want her to know money doesn't buy the right to humiliate anyone." Marcy hesitated, then nodded. "I'll talk to her, but be ready for fallout." Fallout didn't wait long. The confrontation was clipped and hashtagged by dawn. Waiter tells off billionaire CEO in Manhattan steakhouse. Some called Miles a hero, others labeled him unprofessional. Online, comment sections became battlegrounds. Miles didn't read them. He was too busy helping Ella, his daughter, build a diorama of the solar system, brushing her teeth, reading bedtime stories. Only after she slept did he check his phone, dozens of missed calls, emails, one anonymous message. "Enjoy the attention while it lasts." He locked his phone, whispered into the dark. "I didn't want attention. I wanted her to see herself." Across the city, Ava watched the video on repeat. Not the parts where she cut, but the moment she was stopped cold caught, not as the CEO, but as herself. In her penthouse, surrounded by trophies, she felt something crack. In a boardroom the next day, her team tiptoed around her. Nick Haynes, her VP of Ops, laid out the numbers. Video's viral, investors are nervous, IPO at risk. Her publicist begged her to issue an apology. "Make it human, maybe mention your parents or a nonprofit." "I don't have one," Ava replied flat. "We could start one," her assistant suggested, eager. Ava hated it all, but she hated more that she couldn't stop replaying what Miles had said to him, refusing to serve your anger. He'd named it, called it out in public, and she hadn't found a single word to answer. Meanwhile, Miles kept working. At home, he washed dishes, helped Ella with homework, ignored the online chaos. But one text from Marcy, "Coming early. Bring your apron just in case." The next day, Marcy didn't fire him. She didn't demand it, just said she'd be watching. "But I watched that video too, Miles. You didn't scream. You held the line the rest of us forgot was there." He nodded, more tired than triumphant. "So what now?" "Now you do your job. But she'll come back." People like that never leave loose ends. And she did come back. On a Tuesday, Ava returned to Argento alone. No security, no entourage, just her. "Table for one," she told the host. "If he's working, I'd like Miles to serve me." In the kitchen, Marcy's warning, "She asked for you." Miles just wiped his hands and nodded. When he reached the table, Ava was reading the menu like it was a test she'd already passed. "I trust your judgment," she said, ordering steak frites and wine. "Do you?" Miles asked quietly. "Let's call it an experiment. No cameras, no audience." She didn't come to argue. "You could have embarrassed me," she said. "Why didn't you?" Miles leaned in. "Because I've been on both sides of that table. Neither feels good, but only one lets you choose what happens next." She admitted, voice soft, "I built everything by being harder than what tried to break me. Somewhere along the way, I froze over." Miles just listened. And in that silence, she found what she needed, not forgiveness, but respect. "Why didn't you flinch?" she asked. "Because I wasn't seeing a monster. I was seeing a mirror." Their conversation drifted childhood, loss, choices. She learned about his wife, Sam, gone too soon. The reason he left teaching to wait tables, the legacy he was building for Ella. "Not a loss," he said, "just a different kind of legacy." For the first time, Ava had no comeback. Ella bounced over, chocolate-smeared, asking for ice cream. Miles invited Ava. "You saved her from a scraped knee. You've earned a scoop." She almost declined conference calls, meetings, but his words stopped her. "She won't be 6 forever." That day, for the first time in years, Ava let herself slow down. Friday pizza night, overcooked crust, and undercooked movies became a ritual. Ella's 3 rules. 1 bite, no phones, laugh at least once. In a bathroom with a cracked mirror and a chipped photo frame, Ava found herself admitting, "I don't think I've ever been loved like that." Miles met her eyes. "Then the people who've known you didn't look hard enough." When Ava was nearly forced out by her board, her reputation a liability, she didn't issue a statement. She chose something harder, truth. Not for headlines, for herself. She came to Miles, bringing tiramisu and apology. "You reminded me what real strength looks like. Not cold, not sharp. Warm. Messy. It shows up anyway." They rebuilt together. Slowly, tentatively, with Ella as their North Star. The city watched their story unfold, not in press releases, but in Friday nights, playground falls, and learned to stay even when running felt easier. Miles didn't try to save Ava. He just stayed, let her find her own way. And when she finally did, she brought him with Herdo galas, to new ventures, to the literacy center she opened in Queens with his help. "Not everything we build has to touch the sky," read the sign. "Sometimes the bravest thing we can build is a life." Ava's journey wasn't about a single viral moment, or even about redemption in the public eye. It was about learning to stop running from herself, to choose softness, to build real, trust the kind that takes years, not headlines. And for Miles, it was about choosing every day to be present, not perfect, and letting someone in. If this story struck a chord, if you saw a piece of yourself or someone you love, I want to hear from you. Where do you draw the line between pride and kindness? What does real justice look like when power meets vulnerability? Share your thoughts below. And if stories like this mean something to you, make sure you're here for the next chapter, because life, like love, is never about the perfect order. It's about what we choose to serve and who we choose to become.